Hey, Beth. Hey, Steve. How are you guys?
Awesome.
Steve,
Excellent.
Tell us what we did for Wyandot Memorial Hospital and the product that we came up with. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Wyandot's like a small rural hospital about an hour north of Columbus. And they had to make some tough decisions a little before they met with us, where they had to get rid of or close down their maternity ward.
Yeah, I saw that.
So the community was not in great spirits with the hospital. So this hospital is independent. They don't have any like overlord corporate entity. So they really need to rebrand themselves and find a way to kind of impress the community or show the community what they still have to offer.
What were they doing on their social channels prior to meeting with us?
So yeah, they really weren't doing much. They definitely weren't using video. So they had us come in. They have like a newer CEO who's very interested in kind of starting to use social and video and photo to spread their message. And so we met with them, and when we first met, we thought we might be doing like, here's like one small story or one brand anthem or something. And then we started to hear what they really wanted to get across to the community, and it ended up being an entire campaign.
What was that?
So their campaign consisted of, we call them a brand anthem, which is kind of their banner video, the video that expresses their values, how much they care about the community, right? So it's high level. It's about emotions. And then we did a few series of connection stories, which featured some of their employees and doctors, nurses, who had excellent stories and explained their connection to the community and why they come to work every day. And then we just made a whole bunch of small snippet videos for social media. So highlighting each of the independent or individual departments. So we did like orthopedics. We focused on, they have an amazing like rehab center, cardiology, pretty much all the different branches and departments at a hospital.
Bethy, what was it like on this shoot? What did you enjoy about it?
Even as you're like talking about the hospital, I bring myself right back. You too? Are you thinking
sure.
Like I bring myself right back to the different places and the different departments, and like how you were talking about how they have to like talk to the community about how awesome the hospital is. The hospital is so awesome. And it is unfortunate that the community has no idea how awesome it is. They think that they have to drive to Columbus to get, which is probably an hour from Wyandot Memorial, and they don't have to drive that far. They have like these incredible fellowship doctors right there at their hospital, and just the community they just don't know. So I learned how important our video is for that hospital and for the future of the hospital, to make sure that we do properly describe the values and we do reach the community in the way that they need us to. And as I met so many of the different nurses and doctors there, or even the therapists and just the whole staff.
All the way down to the janitors.
I know. The whole place is just full of awesome, caring people.
And they really needed to tell their own community about how awesome they are in that building, because people are just driving by, maybe not knowing.
Oh yeah, the community totally thought this was like a Band-Aid station. Like you would come here, it was pretty much a glorified urgent care, which they do have an urgent care, but they also have an award-winning, like top-ranked emergency room that was revamped. I mean, their therapy room, when we went, we really thought we were going to be kind of polishing a turd, I think, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And then when we started to see all that they had to offer, we were like, this is exactly like an OSU or an Ohio Health Hospital. It's just smaller scale and doesn't have the giant glass atrium.
It's even some of the same doctors that were in Columbus. They want the community feel of a smaller hospital. They don't want all of that pressure of being in one of these bigger hospitals. So it's the same exact doctors.
I'm glad you brought that up. One of my keywords for today was turd, so thank you for plugging that in.
You even wrote that down.
I just have it right here.
Make sure you spelled that right.
Beth, you're absolutely right. A lot of the doctors sort of had to say that, like, I probably should be in the city, but I'm here. And so you don't need to drive all that way to get another version of me.
Like, I'm here.
You have us.
Exactly. I'm not here because I suck at my job. I'm here because I want to live in this community. And also, as a visual person, when I go into a hospital, like, I thought, oh, this is going to be tough to film in here. But once you go into an exam room looks exactly the same, whether it's in Columbus or it's here or
same product,
or New
same
York.
everything.
It's the exact same thing.
Gear.
So they have all this state-of-the-art equipment, right? We did all their imaging videos, and we would go in them, and by the time we finished this video, I think you would have no idea this was some small rural hospital. It looks exactly like the big boys. And so I think we were able to really step up the hospital's image for the community, not just in the community, but also the surrounding area. If we could start pulling people from some of the other hospital networks and other neighboring communities, I think that can only be beneficial.
So when we show the brand anthem after this little discussion, like, tell us, when the viewer sees this, what went into this? Because a lot of times I think folks are a little not so misled. They're just not educated enough to know, like, to get this kind of product, we have to put in this amount of effort. So talk to us about the effort. Well, that we were there, so tell us about the effort we all put in.
Yeah, so there's a lot of pre-production on a shoot like this, right? So first we have to figure out what's the message and who's our audience, right? So we know who our audience is. It's community members who just might not be familiar with the current state of the hospital. So we knew that we needed to communicate, hey, this is what we're standing for. This hospital is part of our community. And then we started to figure out who our characters were. Like, who are we going to feature in this film? And we decided that the story arc was really going to be based around, let's show how tightly tied to the community these different employees are, right? So they get up, they do the exact same routines as everybody else in the community. They go for a run, they stop at the local coffee shop, they go to the bakery, they go to the barber shop. And we wanted to tie all these employees into the community. And so we did it in a way where it's like we get up in the morning, we take care of our kids, we get them to school, we go to work, we do the best job we can, we leave work, we go into our community, we go to their church, we go to the barber shop, we see these people who are our friends and family. And we really wanted to have that connection because it's a small community, they're close-knit. And so we nailed down about, maybe 5 or 6 characters who we were going to film. And then we started to figure out, okay, how are we going to arrange all these people's times? There's the logistical aspect to this whole kind of shoot.
Yeah, we were there some days at 6 a.m. in the evening until 9 o'clock at night trying to get that nice sun.
Exactly, because we're trying to go best time of light if it's an exterior shot. Interior shots, you're working around the hospital schedule. They have surgery scheduled. If we want to film in a surgical suite, we pretty much had to shoot a real surgery, right? Yeah. So we went into a real knee surgery. We have to find which rooms are available and open or have them hold a room for us for a few hours. So everything was very tightly controlled and tightly scheduled. Luckily, we got some great producers who also keep us on track. But pre-production wise, we storyboarded it all out. We knew what shots we wanted. We knew we wanted to get these shots of families getting ready in the morning. So we filmed about 3 or 4 families getting ready in the morning. We knew we wanted to get people going out into their community. So we filmed those shots. And then we knew we had to film all these different departments in the hospital, right? We needed to film surgery. We needed to film cardiology, imaging, everything that people could see, everything that people could end up relating to. I've gone to this department. I've seen that place. It might not look exactly the same on TV because we've lit it a little more differently, but I know that person.
That was one of the keys you wanted to do too, is with all those more famous or more shining stars, the faces, I think people in the community have the ability to connect with those people in the videos. And that gave us a great draw into the community, a great interest. So
Janet took care of me when I was sick, or took care of my kids.
Really?
People were calling out specific nurses and staff in the video, so that worked out really well.
Yeah, we saw that in the Facebook comments too. So when we share this stuff. Well, all right, guys. So check out the Wyandot Memorial Hospital brand anthem, all the connection stories we did, and we also have on our Instagram page a lot of the Instagram stories and videos that we did surrounding their whole campaign. So, all right, thanks for talk, guys. See you.
Thank you.